once a boy who was diagnosed with anxiety and depression in the UK and was correctly diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 1 in Thailand, and that boy is me. Rapid shifts in mood portrayed by characters in Thai media don't paint the whole picture for bipolar disorder type 1. And today, we are going to explore the role of bipolar disorder type 1 or BD1, exploring prevalence, definition, and diagnostic features of bipolar disorder type 1. For prevalence, globally, the bipolar type 1, according to the Professor Yat and Mikolovich from University of Oxford, it is affected, 2% of the world population is affected by bipolar type 1 and type 2 cumulatively. And in Thailand, Thai National Mental Health Survey suggests that 0.7% of the population is affected by mood disorder. And the number is growing, increasing, and concerning. Chong and her fellows did studies in China and found out that the number of patients with bipolar type 1 disorder has increased for about 6%, approximately 6%. Now, bipolar disorder is defined to be one of the severe mental health illnesses, and is chronic, is characterized by mood swings, extreme mood swings, and it has episodes. But we're going to explore the main episode, the being high, which is manic, and being low, which is depressive. And let's move on to the first and the most important episode of the bipolar disorder type 1. We're going to use DSM-V, which is the manual used by the psychologists and psychiatrists to diagnose mental health illnesses, according to the American Psychiatric Association. So the first episode is manic episode or mania. So the main thing to point out that it requires only a single manic episode to be diagnosed with bipolar type 1 disorder. And usually patients will require hospitalization to prevent the harm for themselves and to others. And that makes it the most severe type of bipolar disorder. And we're going to explore some of the symptoms of them. So patients have to possess 3 of them, of the symptoms, to be diagnosed with the BD1. And the elevated mood, being too happy, has to last for a week, most of the day, or nearly every day. So some of the features: elevated mood or elevated mood. Patients will feel like too happy, too friendly, euphoric. Patients will have increase in self-esteem, like they feel like they're on top of the world, something like that. Decreased need for sleep is the opposite of insomnia. Patients will feel like they don't need to sleep at all. They sleep like for 2 hours and feel rested. Rapid speech. Patients tend to speak very quickly, rapidly, and difficult to interrupt, and can jump from one topic to another very quickly. And they have racing thoughts and lots of projects in their head to do. And impulsivity. They tend to engage in the risky behaviors such as excessive spending and sexual indiscretions, for example. And on the other hand, as the name suggested, bipolar disorder, there is the opposite episode, which is the major depressive episode, or MDE. This is the extraction of the criteria, and the main thing is the criteria A. So patients have to possess 5 or more following symptoms, and the main thing is symptoms have to last for nearly every day. Yeah. And it's not required for diagnosis for BD1. It's only the manic episode. As I did my research, the criteria for the is exactly the same as the criteria of the major depressive disorder or depression as we know, in DSM-V. And some of the symptoms, according to criterion A, persistent sadness. Patients will feel like they are deeply depressed, hopeless, helpless, guilty, and they may feel like they are being slowed down, which is psychomotor retardation. Anhedonia is very common. They have lots of interests and pleasures in their activities they used to enjoy. And changes in sleep and appetite is very, very significant. Like they sleep too much, too little, or not being to sleep at all. Or they tend to eat too much or too little. And in severe cases, there are suicidal thoughts and ideations occurring, which lead to suicide attempts, which require or indicates the immediate help from professionals. So, to sum up, we've learned about bipolar disorder type 1, that is the SMI or severe mental health illness, and the number is increasing. And we learned that the bipolar disorder type 1 features 2 episodes, which is the first one, manic episode. Patients can become too happy, too friendly, and to be harmful to themselves. And depressive episode or MDE, which resembles the MDD. And the another key takeaway might be mental health matters and you matter. Thank you.